best friend gave me the best advice. He said each day's a gift and not a given right. Leave no stone unturned, leave your fears behind, and try to take the path less traveled by. That first step you take is the longest ride. If today was your last day and tomorrow was too late, could you say goodbye to yesterday? Would you live each moment like your last? Leave old pictures in the past, donate every dime you had. If today was your last day, against the grain should be a way of life. What's worth the prize is always worth the fight. Every second counts, 'cause there's no second try. So live like you've never lived it twice. Don't take the free ride in your own life. If today was your last day and tomorrow was too late, could you say goodbye to yesterday? Would you live each moment like your last?
7,225 miles. Safely, and we made it. So, I guess that's it.
We'll do a wrap up later.
We'll do a wrap up later and we'll call it good. It's been fun. It was a quick ride. It was about 330 miles, most of it interstate. And I know, don't take the interstate, but we chose to do the interstate just because we've done so much other riding. We've done so much riding on dirt and everything else. It was fine. I took as many photos as I could of Montana and the Idaho portion. There wasn't much to talk about. It was just a normal ride through Lincoln. If you saw the photo of Lincoln, that's where the Unabomber's from.
It was real nice. It was real nice of me for me to get to see Montana again, cross some of it, and I'll see some more of it because tomorrow I start for Colorado Springs, and I plan to take it leisurely and take 2 days to get back instead of doing this all in one 850-mile stretch. There's just really no value added in getting there in 1 day.
So I guess all I'll talk about tonight is what I felt when I got home. And Brian hasn't quite gone through this yet, but a good part of me wanted to just keep heading east on 90 and go to New York State and hang out with the family for a little while, and the wife and kids, have them stay there, and just get on a boat and go to Europe and keep going. And you just can't do that. That's not responsible, and that's not the right thing to do. So I tell you, it's I'm not going to say that I was sad to get it done, but I'm not going to say I was happy either. I don't know. I had a bunch of mixed feelings inside, and this has been 2 years of planning. It's been what my hobby has been for the last 2 years of just planning every day.
It has been indeed for me a lifelong dream. Just like ever since I was a kid, seeing Alaska on TV, I wanted to see it with my own eyes. Same thing for Montana. I made that come true during my military career. And now it took me till the age of 48, but I was finally able to get up there and take two things that I love, the outdoors and motorcycling. And I put them together and, took some friends along with me. And so I think it was a really, really fulfilling experience. Of course, I missed my wife every step of the way, and I would have loved to have had her with me, or even, the kids as well. But it would just not be the same trip, and this truly was a man's trip. It was, there were nights when we were, roughing it and eating beef jerky or, whatever else. But we pulled it off. We did it together. We did it safely. There were no major issues, and got everybody home safe.
Yeah. I think part of the reason I did all the videos and took all the photos, I ended up taking over 1,400 photos and I think about 150 videos, and it was a ton of space. Matter of fact, the new laptop is almost over halfway full now. But the reason I did that is because I really did want you all there with me, and I wish my wife and kids could have been there with me, but there's just not enough room on the V-Strom. It's just, it's got a lot of storage, but just not enough. You absolutely have to experience it. You got to get and you're sitting there right now going, well, yeah, whatever. Just go. It's so worth it.
Yeah, that's one of the things I learned from the last couple of years of reading other people's ride reports. I lived vicariously through other people's lives for several years, looking these things over, and you just will not feel fulfilled until you do it for yourself. And it's not for everybody, but if it's something that you really love, if you think leaving the county on your motorcycle is a long way to go, then it's probably not for you. If you want to maybe push yourself a little bit beyond what you think you're capable of, or get into that spirit of, we don't quite know what's going to happen tomorrow, we don't know where we're going to stay, we don't know what we're going to eat, we don't know what exactly is going to happen, and you want to live that over several weeks and you can make peace with that, then maybe this is the trip for you.
And if you think about it, I survived for 25 days off of my motorcycle. I didn't have any other items. I didn't have any possessions other than what fit in about, less than a suitcase, some big suitcases. And people do that all the time. It really wasn't that hard for me. It really wasn't. The items we had good equipment. Everyone had good stuff, and we all worked together and overcame obstacles, and it really...
Yeah, you can't go out and buy everything tomorrow,
Right.
To make a trip like this. I bought things a little bit along, one piece of equipment here, one little piece of equipment there, proper clothing, rain gear. You can't skimp on that sort of stuff. You got to have good rain gear. You got to stay dry. You got to stay warm.
And I think the first week or so, for me at least, the first week or so, I was very concerned about every little piece of gear, putting rain gear on and all that. And towards the middle of the trip, it just didn't matter anymore to me. It didn't really matter if it rained out. It didn't matter if I set up my tent in the rain. It didn't matter. None of it mattered. And we just kept going. And the equipment and stuff was great, but it really wasn't about that. After I think right after Denali, for me, really, it was just about
how much more can we see? How much more
Right.
can we take in?
Yeah, it was about the experience and not worried about my GPS, because my GPS was awful, and I wish I could skip that across Lake McDonald, or Lake what was the one up in
Norbury?
Yeah, Norbury Lake, but it overall you just got to just do it, and that's all. It's that simple. Just go up there and you can do it cheap if you camped out of your motorcycle. We camped every day except for in Fairbanks and the last 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
I think we were in a camp every single day.
Yeah, we were. Occasionally, it did feel good though. When we did get a hotel and have a bed to sleep in and a nice shower. One of the things that I noticed when there's a couple of us riding together, even when I've done trips on my own on a motorcycle, is people are drawn to you. When they see you on a motorcycle with gear and clothing and whatever, suitcases or whatever you have packed on your bike, they want to talk to you. They want to know your story. They want to know where you're from, where you're going. And it's just been amazing. Every day, people will talk to you. And you don't get that on.
We've met over 100 people, probably, easily over 100 people. And what I really noticed, I should have taken video of it, but there were some kids today at Lincoln. We stopped and just had to get off the bike for a minute and take a drink, and there was these kids, and they were selling these little stickers, and they said, "Hey, where are you guys coming from? I really like your bikes. They're really cool," and this, that, next thing. And I said, "Well, we just drove down from the Arctic Circle," and they couldn't believe it. And it seems like the further and further south we went, and we just said, "Hey, we just drove up to the Arctic Circle." Someone would ask where we're coming from or where we're going. Say, we went up here. We went to the Arctic Circle. We went down to They just couldn't.
Some people don't even know where the Arctic Circle is. You had in Alaska, and then their eyes get big. Whoa, you rode all the way to Alaska?
And then, then they also, the lady today that said it was cold or whatever.
Yeah, she thought. Yeah, she said, wasn't it cold in the Arctic Circle? When people think of ice and snow and igloos and stuff, when they say Arctic Circle, they don't realize that it's just a tundra.
And you know, looking back at it, Prudhoe Bay would have been awesome to get up to. But if I told an average person, "Hey, I went to Prudhoe Bay," they would be like, "Okay, that must be someplace in Idaho or something." You tell someone you went to the Arctic Circle, it automatically registers with them that you went way up north, and they might not know exactly where it is, 6633, but they might not know that, but at least they can register in their head. But I'll tell you, coming home was tough. It was a lot tougher for me than I thought it would be. I saw that turn that I thought the photo earlier you saw where it said Shoto, or Augusta rather, in Great Falls. That's where we turned on the day one and then go up towards Glacier National Park, and that was really the end of the trip.
The coming of the full circle.
Yeah, it was just a huge loop we went on. 7,225 miles for me. Brian's going to be up somewhere around
9,400, somewhere like that.
So 7,225. I haven't gotten a total from Sam, but he's only about 10 miles from me, so he's got to be something right there. So I hope you enjoyed the videos. I hope you enjoyed everything. We were going to do a recapture video, but I think this covers it.
Yeah.
And
we're going to see if Bill can add in our Yahoo email accounts, because I actually look forward to conversing with some of you wannabes out there, some people that are planning this trip, wanting to do it. Because I tell you, we have been given some horrible information. I mean, we couldn't even get an accurate mileage from Fairbanks to the Arctic Circle. We heard 75 different links, and it's 140 miles, 190 miles, 230 miles, whatever. Well, I'm here to tell you, from the Air Force Base where we stayed on, it was every bit of 220 miles up to the Arctic Circle. But I will tell you this, the Arctic Circle sign is just past the mile marker 115 on the Hall Road. So if any of you have any trouble finding that, just past mile marker 115 on that highway, and that may help some of you Google map it out a little bit better. But don't miss that gas stop at the Yukon River, because that's your last chance.
Yep, and then also, the Elliott Highway that goes into the Hall Road there,
Dalton Highway.
It just turns into the Dalton Highway there, and there is a left turn there. I'm not sure where that goes to, but there. Just keep going. That's all you have to do. A lot of people, like the guy from Switzerland you saw, he was as confused as we were. We're like, where do we go? And you just keep going north. I put Coldfoot in my GPS, and that thing was out the window about 60 miles onto the Elliott Highway. So just enjoy your time and take your time. Meet the people, like I said before, and just talk and enjoy it. We averaged about 330 miles over dinner. We were talking about 330.
About 330, 340 a day was our overall average
and
mileage.
that's what the days we stopped, and we had some down days you might not have seen, but we had a couple down days. We had 2 or 3 of them. So I hope you enjoyed them. I hope you enjoyed the videos. I hope you enjoyed everything we've done. This is for you. It really is, because I wanted to bring it to you and get other folks interested. And also, like Brian said, the email me, call me, whatever you want, and we will. I can give you as much advice as I can, and I'll tell you the truth, and not like what we got up there. I remember the only people you can trust is your gut and the milepost. So,
and if you want to do it, one last thing I can say is do it. Don't put it off. Don't put it off till 2 or 3 more summers. One day, maybe after I'm done, maybe after I retire, maybe whenever. Do it while you can, or you never will.
There was a very good chance that this trip was not going to happen. Sam's shoulder was hurting him really bad. He got a cortisone shot in his shoulder. And then Brian's recent retirement and stuff, dealing with all the logistics of that. I tell you, all 3 of us were very close to not going. And I guarantee you, if you asked all 3 of us right now, I wouldn't change this for the world. This has meant so much to the 3 of us and to each of us individually as well. I mean, I've learned so much about things on this one trip, and this is just the beginning for me. We've already been discussing where's next.
What's next?
What's next? Because it ain't going to be for the scenery, because we've seen the most beautiful scenery you can imagine.
Yeah.
So get out there and ride safely and enjoy your time up there and meet the folks. And always, if you're ever at the Squirrel Nest, order the Thursday. It's pretty good, but make sure you're there on Thursday. So talk to you later.
Sayonara.